Hey, me again. This time in rain, but as I've come outside to escape the kids so I can quickly do something. Look at this. It's a rainbow that I didn't actually see until I just came out here. And that's not what I wanted to talk about. But anyway, I have been reflecting on like the whole concept of vulnerability and obviously Brene Brown's work centers, well, that's like her research, her publications. They are vulnerability. So she's the go-to for anything around this topic. And I have read her books, obviously. And I agree. I don't disagree. She has a very relational plus psychological framework around vulnerability. And just to sum up probably decades of her research into just something so basic that it's actually probably really insulting on her work, but I'm not trying to be, is that basically she's saying the vulnerability is that exposure without a guaranteed outcome. And it involves like three key things. So basically vulnerability is a kind of a requirement for connection, for creativity, and for courage. And that without vulnerability, we risk being disconnected, numbing from our feelings, and quite controlling. So, and as I was reflecting on my own stuff over the last couple of days, I was like, 100% agree. However, I think there's another layer to it from just basically my body's responses to things. And that is more of that somatic, perceptual layer, which I think is the layer before what Brene talks about. And whilst I can have courage and I can share and I can post these things and I don't really have any problems if people dislike it or criticize it or think it's a pile of poop. There are instances, obviously, where it does matter to me. And in those instances, I can have all the courage in the world, but my body will try and shut down that my ability to do that act of being vulnerable, which basically means my nervous system will just go into freak out mode, fight, flight, freeze in my case. When it comes to vulnerability, it is often a flight response, so it's that wanting to escape, run away, disappear kind of feeling, to the point of sort of hijacking the body into not doing that thing that is important for building a connection or for creating something new, or from actually being courageous enough to then go and do that thing. So yeah, I think that somatic piece is kind of like missing, because you kind of need to regulate your body enough to then be courageous or creative or connected. And then the second piece is also like, yes, there is no guaranteed outcome, but I think it's deeper than that. It's kind of like you cannot control the perception that the other person or people will then have of you, which is different to outcome based, I believe. So outcome is kind of like, I want a favorable outcome, or this is not a favorable outcome. Whereas the perception is, you can't control it. Like, you cannot control how other people perceive you. That's just the reality of it. And some people will refrain from being vulnerable because of that fact, because perception is not always going to be a good one. Like, you might share something, or I might share something, and it might not land well. It might actually create disconnection rather than connection. It might actually create projection rather than connection. It might create complete misalignment, So it's not like, yes, it's a requirement for connection, but the risk is also all these other things, like you can be vulnerable and it can be quite a negative outcome. So I don't know, hopefully that kind of sparks some thoughts in you. Hopefully it helped. Hopefully it made some sense. At the very least, you got to see a rainbow. Yeah. Till next time. Bye.